All right, I think they're ready for us. Let's get it. So what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of We Got Next. I am one of your hosts of the show, Hayes, aka AO Shifty. And this episode is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be different in various different ways. As you know, Steven's not here today, so I got to hold it down for us. But we'll cover some sports. If anyone was coming on here to hear the rankings for like wide receivers, we're going to hold that off until Steven's back on the show. But we're going to probably see if we can do some raffles on the show. So I'll go check out Famous Fox Federation. We will probably end up going through a lot of the previous NFTs that came out over like the past week. So you of course have like Great Goats that was out there. Just Apes came out there. We have Wobblebugs that is coming out tomorrow. We'll probably cover those. And then I'll also just give my thoughts on what's been happening with like Trippin' Apes. And then of course the big news everyone knows is NFT NYC is coming up. So for everyone that's going to be out at that event, I'll make sure to catch y'all out there. Hit me up. I mean, I'll be out there for like 2-3 days because I got to end up checking out the homies at Luxo. So I'll be chilling with them for a little bit. I'll, of course, be going to the DeGods event that they're going to have. OK Bears is apparently going to have one. And then Jet Seekers is another one. So I'm looking forward. I'm excited to end up seeing all that's going to happen at the various different events that are going to be had. So let's get it with that. So without further ado, we'll always, of course, just touch on the prices. So we'll talk about that. Then we'll end up going into like some of the NFT stuff. So just looking at some of the prices, if we can get that up. So of course, Bitcoin, and this is something that I know a lot of other people that are in the NFT space have also been noticing too, but I don't focus as much on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and even like the stable coins right now because I've been so fixated and focused on like Solana NFTs. And it's also JetGetters Club. So shout out to them. I'll talk about that in a second. But so Bitcoin's sitting at 30,000, Ethereum sitting at 1793. And then you have the two stable coins. So you have USDC and you have USDT. So Tether and United States dollar coin. And then you have BNB to round out the top five. This is probably the best type of market to be in. I will say that. I really do enjoy this time of the market. I remember when it happened last year and around like August when I was in it, because that's when I was focused on a lot of like Ethereum NFTs. And with like OpenSea and Ethereum, it was during this time where basically Bitcoin was in a range. And when it was in a range, you saw a lot of different NFTs on the Ethereum side like pop off a little bit. And I'm starting to see a similar thing happen with Solana. Yes, the price of Solana has gone down, but I can speak for myself personally. I've started to see different ways that I've been able to make money, whether it was in terms like the raffles or even getting on the whitelist. I know a lot of people talk about grinding for whitelists. There's no way in hell I'm about to grind for any of these damn whitelists. What I end up doing is basically I will focus on different groups that I'm in. So I'm a part of Tree Capital. So I got to shout out to them. DeGods, I'll get some of them over there. And then another one, Yaku Corp, sometimes I will get some of the whitelist spots over there. But the main ones I will say is Tree Capital has done a lot for me. So I got 15 of the trees, and then they always give out different whitelists. Then DeGods, as you know, you can go on Dusty's store, or you can even go on their whitelist announcements. I have been a DeGods holder, so full disclosure with that. So those are been the main two ways that I've been getting a lot of whitelists, and which you can do one of two ways. A lot of them have started to become wallet based. So just mint it out, flip it really quick. That's what I do with Great Goats. I knew that Great Goats wasn't going to live up to the hype per se, although a lot of people knew half of it was like botted and stuff. And you can have the follower count and it doesn't match up necessarily to what the amount you would expect, because like OK Bears led the movement, then Trippin' Apes had something similar. People thought that it was going to hold that floor. It didn't. We'll touch on that in a second. But then Great Goat, similar thing. So try and get the whitelist spots and be a part of other DAOs and organizations, and they'll be able to help you more than not get to the spots that you want to get to. But so that's the big thing. The other part I wanted to do with this episode is I wanted to touch on various different stories. So most times we have things like written out. This time we're not going to go that way. But so we'll just look through the list. So you have, of course, on the right, you have human rights activists take aim at privileged crypto critics and letter to Congress. I know Senator Lumens has been starting to do things, submitting things to the floor so that they can end up seeing what's going to happen. I know Citadel and Fidelity are working on their exchange. And Metaverse tokens, it says right here, Metaverse tokens are up 400% year on year, despite altcoin bloodbath. That's been something that's big. Builders build, and I just had a conversation last week. We were just talking about builders building, and that's something that will constantly be the case. Real teams are going to focus on building. I just had Cheddar Block Games on, and we were saying, you're not caring about the price right now. If you're focused on long term, the price will come back. You want to focus on what you are creating. Ignore the price, ignore what Solana's doing, ignore all of that. If you know your project and the potential of it is going to either be game-changing, life-changing, or cryptocurrency altering, you're going to be straight. And that's what I've been so excited about. Like the metaverse, you have all the different ones. I know Solana's starting to create their own metaverse projects. I know Near is doing something similar. I know Ada, aka Cardano, they're creating theirs. You have Para. You have a lot of different things that are going on. And that's what I'm excited to end up seeing as we go forward. I want to see what's going to happen with like the different metaverses that are out there and what they are going to do and what they're going to create. This, in addition to that, if you look at the price of the different things, this is a great time to start building positions. I know Metis is sitting at lows. If we just go through different ones that I will say that are at good positions and price points. So I'm a big Metis fan, but I'll also talk about Quant. So Quant Network is sitting at less than $64. We have, what's another one? Near is sitting at around $5. One that I want everyone to keep on their list. Well, two actually. So Luxo. Luxo currently right now is sitting at less than $5. Luxo is sitting at the same price as Near. Only difference is the market caps between the two. Metis is sitting at less than $23. Matic is sitting at less than 61 cents. These are all cheap entry points. Unison is sitting at less than 67 cents. If you're thinking about the long term, these are just easy ones to end up getting involved in and taking part with. Ultra is sitting at less than 37 cents. What's another good one? If we just go through this list, Link is sitting at around $89. Kusama is sitting at less than $67. And yeah, Hathor Network. So that's the last one I'll bring up. So Hathor Network is sitting at less than 20 cents. So those are the ones that I want everyone to just like pay attention to. And we'll just see how it ends up going as we move forward. So that's the big news over there. The other thing I want to end up just letting everyone know about, we did just have a Spaces on Monday with Cheddar Block Games. That was a very fun one. I have to shout out to them. Matter of fact, let me just try and pull them up really quickly. Let's see if I can get to the homies there. So we'll touch on stocks in a second, but just going over to the Discord. If you're not a part of the Discord channels, make sure you end up following and checking out like the different Discord channels, but Cheddar Block Games. So this is the squad right here. I really enjoyed them. I got a shout out to everyone over there, the founder. He gave out 2 whitelist spots on the Spaces we did yesterday, so that was big. I know one of them that got it was RC Hype, and there was another person out there that got it. But yeah, I always just try to every single day. So Hero Time, right there, he gave out 2 spots. I was like, that's just straight dope. That's something I really do like. And you could just continue to see they have the different channels. Their project isn't even out yet. So that's another thing I got to end up saying. I really appreciate Cheddar Block Games and them doing that. 1, for it to be a project that's not out, and 2, for giving out whitelists. I believe that that's going to be the start as we continue to go forward of what is to come with the Spaces that we do on Mondays. So next week we do have JetGetters Club, and then we also have Anybody. So those are 2 I'm excited for and just looking forward to end up seeing as we continue with the Spaces. I'm working on confirming for the upcoming weeks. So we're going to continue. We started this in April. We've been rocking for 2 months. We about to get that third month down, and it's just going to be gang. So that's what I wanted to talk about over there. Just getting back into more of the stories that we do. No, we do have apparently traders target 1,400 Ethereum price. Just always remember, don't expect the price, because if it doesn't happen, you're going to be in your feelings about it. These prices compared to all-time highs are good price points. The best thing I always tell everybody is just a dollar cost average. Too many times people get focused and fixated on, oh, we have to end up just waiting for the bottom. No one's going to be able to time the absolute bottom. So make sure you just get in at a price point that you believe to be fine for your situation, because everyone's situation is different. If you can put in limits, limit buys, you can end up doing that. That's something. Always also, of course, make sure to not overexpose yourself in terms of this market. So those are mainly the stories that I wanted to cover on the NFT and cryptocurrency side. Before we get into like specific NFTs and my thoughts, of course, I have to just touch on some of the stuff that happened in the stock market. So the stock futures are flat on Wednesday evening. A lot of this is just things that are happening around the world. I wanted Steven on today because I wanted to talk to him about like gas prices. I know over here, gas prices, I came back from Miami, it was over $5. When I left, it was sitting at around $4, and now it's over $5. And all the different goods that are out there are continuing to increase. Something else you will notice, and I was just talking to someone today about it, Amazon and a lot of consumer discretionaries, they are basically in a pullback. If you look almost like year over year, over 3 years, they have been pulling back. Whereas so have ETFs, and I was explaining that to them, that ETFs are one that you can end up holding so that you're not overexposing yourself and you don't have as much risk. If you look at Apple, though, Apple over the past year has continued to increase. Another difference is Amazon just did have a stock split, so that they're sitting at a better price for retail investors to get involved in. So that's something I want everyone else to keep and pay attention to. So see what Amazon does. These are not financial advice, but these are decent price points to start opening positions with. Amazon, of course, as inflation continues to hit, this is going to hit a lot of the market. You're going to look for more bulk things, not necessarily do your shopping at Amazon or do it at Walmart or Target and things of that nature. You'll see companies such as like Costco's, BJ's, Sam's, and those type of companies will profit during this market. Just looking at the futures, you can see that basically the main ones are in the red. You'll see that the treasury bond, like the 10-year treasury, is going to be sitting in a better position because people are going to be less risky during these markets, and they will put it into their bonds. They call it like the T-bonds. So I'll put it in the bonds or even like mutual funds, and those will continue to go up. When those start to increase, that's when you know the cost. I mean, your other stocks are going to have a decrease. Next thing I wanted to end up covering on the stock market side is President Zelensky of Ukraine wants a lot of the corporate leaders to move out of Russia and move into Ukraine. I personally don't think that they should do that right now, especially with everything that's going on in Ukraine. Yes, you want to build back up your country. Y'all got to get your shit together first. We have to get out of this war that is going on over there before you start saying, yes, let's start bringing people in. When we start to see a difference in the country, then we could start to consider potentially other companies moving into Ukraine. Would it be good business practice there? Yes, but also, yes, Russia has so much shit going on and Russia just be crazy, and so is Putin. But the bigger thing is there are so many people in Russia. It also isn't that far away in terms of like when you look at Alaska compared to Russia and compared to things over there. Russia just has so much space and they can do so much. They have the connections that are there too. So I think that's something else that is important. We'll look at just some of the travel names really quickly because it is the summer and I want to see how they're doing. You look at Expedia. So over, let's see if we can find it. Yeah, we can even do like the 3 months. Over the 3 months, it's been in a downward trend. The past year, down. And this is supposed to be like the hot time. Another one to look at is Delta. So and Delta is my favorite. I'll tell everybody that. Like, I mean, I just took JetBlue. JetBlue was, I had to go pay for my luggage, which don't get me started on that because that pissed me off. But Delta hasn't been doing too bad over the past year. Yeah, it had a high of around, look at it, over like $45, over $50 back in April of 2021. Where does it say the 52-week high? So 52-week high was on last year, June 10th, 2021, $47. It's only gone down $10. That's really good compared to other stocks you might see. Even like, where's American Airlines? Let's see American Airlines. You look at the year to date. So American Airlines had a 52-week high of $24 right around the same time. And now it's sitting at $16. That's a little tough. It's not horrible. It's gone down $7, $8. But then when you break that into percentage and it's at 16%, that's like 40% or so. But when you look at other names in terms of like Shopify, Etsy, Shopify sitting at $392. These are the names that got hit so much during the inflation and during the interest rates. Shopify was over $1,500. $1,700 was its all-time high. Last year, right around the holiday season, it's just been a straight drop. 52-week low, $308. That's how much you guys lost. Over 50%. And look where it's at now. But again, these are good times to get involved in these markets, because when we start to end up, so pre-COVID, you'd be sitting around here. We're getting back to pre-COVID times. Right around here. This was COVID. So 390 was the close on COVID. Even before COVID, we were around like 520. We're getting back to pre-COVID, and it's a reset in the market. So that's something you do like to see, the reset in the market, just seeing where things are. And this is what you can understand. If we're back to how it was before, this was straight inflation. All of this was just inflation. And we're back to the pre-COVID, so we could see what ends up happening in the markets. Now, most people would be like, why are you bullish or why are you positive? It's going to go back up. Yes, right now it looks ugly and it looks bad, but it's going to go back up. So I don't want people to be worried or have any concerns about it. It's going to happen. We have so many things going on around the world that are impacting the markets right now. Going into like some of the raffles. So this is Famous Fox Federation. And I don't think there's any. Yeah, there's none right now that I'm really interested in. If anyone, it'd be like the Transdimensional. I don't want to give you guys all of my secrets and stuff. I'll give you guys some. Don't look at raffles. Yes, okay. I know a lot of people say, well, a raffle, it's all about luck. Yeah, but there is some strategy involved in it. Like, for example, what's it going? This one, I pay attention to like dead rejects. Why nobody's put a raffle ticket in yet? So if you monitor that and it's like 2 or 3, your odds are going to be higher. Also look at the price of what it is so that you know how much you would end up profiting off of it. Great Goats at this price is decent. This one I wouldn't do. One, because you're spending 2 dust, but then also over 107 tickets have been spent. So that's something that I would look out for. Another one, Transdimensional, that one's going to be a little bit tougher. Look at this one, Crypto Coral Tribe. I had one of these before. I ended up selling it, not through a raffle. I got it by a whitelist token. Another one is, just look at this, Crypto Coral Tribe. If I'm still recording, I'll end up putting on this just to show you guys. If I'm not recording, then I'll end up just letting you guys know afterwards. But only 3 people have taken part in it. Also, sometimes you want to end up looking here because it does show now 5 people. 5 people were in part of that one. So that's just something else to keep in mind when you're looking at raffles. I don't see any now that I do like, so I'm not going to force any raffles. But if one comes about while we're on here again, I'll end up putting my money where I'm out this. Now we got to get to the things that I know you guys are curious about and you want my thoughts. And I will be fully honest. I know some people like don't always be fully 100% honest with certain things, but with this, I'm gonna keep that shit 100 because some of y'all are getting played out there in the market. So currently Solana is sitting at $39. We'll start with Just Eat. So If you minted, congratulations, because you might have either 2x or 3x your initial investment. The floor price is 9.9 and there are 1750 listed. So that's around 17% listed. It's about average. The average sale price was 11. So if you're able to sell around 11, you got in at 5 at your whitelist spot, you doubled your money. Congratulations. I don't like the way whitelists do go, because if you look at the influencers, the high well-known influencers, those are the ones that are getting more whitelist spots, and they're just getting easy quick flips. Basically, what it's telling you, what the name of the game is, get your followers up and get a big following, you'll get paid more. No, that shouldn't be how it is, because you're still making money off the little person. You need to reward the little people with more spots. Stop rewarding these influencers with the spots. You're paying them to end up talking about your NFT every single time, which is why I will always love Degenerate Ape Academy. I will always love Stone Apes. I will love DeGods. I will love Famous Fox Federation, Blocksmith. These are all here before all of this. Even like Soul Gods, you're there. They have been there beforehand. Bohemia is another one. These have been there. They will continue to be out there. A lot of these new ones are just hype. They're just straight quick flips. Look at this one sitting at 9.9, just the Ape was 5. Quick flip. That's what they did. You get it right now, you're not going to make the same profit. I can almost guarantee you that. And the artwork is decent. I did in the beginning really like it, but when you started to hear more about it, you're like, damn, I don't know if you really want to get into it. Another thing with it is they all look the same. There's not that much difference in the facial expressions and just how it is in general. You can't really tell which one would be a rare or what should be a rare. Another one for everyone out there, if you haven't heard my thoughts yet on Trippin' Ape Tribe ran all the way up to 70. Well, they were out the gate damn near at 70. And they're sitting at 23. So I told people, all right, I'm gonna wait till it gets to 32. I saw that shit to get to 32. I was like, I'm not touching that. The way it was just pulling back, you knew it was another one of those super hyped ones, and it started dropping. How are you going to live up to the expectation? They were the first of the 400,000 followers to be on the on Magic Eden, basically, and then also to be minted. Then, of course, you had Great Goats do the same thing, and you're seeing some of the other ones. But a lot of it is about hype. I want to see if they have any sort of position, or if they're doing anything at like NFT NYC or even in Miami or any of these other events that are going to happen around the world. But that's Trippin' Ape Tribe for you. I don't have a Trippin' Ape Tribe. Am I sad I don't? Hell no. I'm perfectly fine, because a lot of the people that got into Trippin' Ape Tribe, they bought it like 60, 70, think it was going to continue to go up, and that shit went down. So that's something for you over there. Another one was Great Goats that I said I would mention. So full disclosure with this one, I meant to when it was at the 2.75, I sold at 9. Great profit for me. It's in at 3.75. Could I have made a little more? Yeah, I could have. There were some people that were able to flip it at 11. Some flipped it at 12. I was perfectly fine flipping at 9, because it's sitting way below what I got in at. I mean, what I sold it at. And this is another one that's like 15, 16% that's listed. It was just hype. That's all it is. They're going to keep doing these hype projects, and you guys just either have to get your whitelist and sell it quickly, or you're just going to be sitting on the bag. You're not going to be able to get much for it. That's another one. I don't think Wobblebugs is good. Oh, Vandal City. So Vandal City is another one that minted. It's sitting at 4.79. What I will give them credit for is less are listed. I got a shout out to one of the creators of it, so I don't ever throw shade. He's a DeGod holder, but you want to see what is going to be behind it and what the use cases are going to be. Yes, the founders got their money, but now a lot of the holders want to see what is going to happen. This is another one that did sell out, but it was another one that had similar hype to it. One that flopped, and a lot of people started saying that shit flopped, is GCon. GCon is sitting at under 3 SOL. And it's another one that had around like that 8,000 to 10,000 supply, we'll see what happens. Again, it's just another one of those hype ones. We'll see how it ends up going, what the hell the use case is going to be, or if it was just a hype and that's going to be it. So that's GCon for you. Then one I heard a lot of people talk about, and I personally don't really know why, but Suteki. So Suteki is sitting at under 3 as well. There's not really much. Personally, when I first saw it, I was like, yo, half these shits look like Jersey. But just looking more at the different artworks that they have, it's just regular. There's nothing extreme about it that I do like. But yeah, that's my real thoughts on it. Clearly, the way I'm talking, you guys understand. They're just hype. None of it has real use cases. The ones that have real use cases are sitting at a much higher floor price. One that I want everyone to pay attention to, just because it's in the middle of like that hype, but it's still good, is OK Bears. OK Bears is still holding, and it's a 10,000 total supply with 11% listed, which is good. And it has basically 5,900 unique holders, something else I do like. And the total volume is still great. So full disclosure with this one, I do hold one still. The company sold one, but we are keeping one just to see what continues to happen with this one. So that's that one. I can check out a couple that I want to talk to you guys about really quickly in terms of, let's look at Wobblebug. So they're coming out. Then Bubble Goose Ballers is another one that'll be out soon too. So Wobblebug sitting at 303,000 people on Twitter. I don't know what it is. I think part of this is because I'm a big whatchamacallit, I'm a big Venom fan. So like this show looks cool. I put that up, but I think it's just the Venom aspect. I want to see if it continues to run or if it ends up just flopping like the rest of them. Another one, so that was Wobblebug. They come out tomorrow, actually. So when this is out, it'll probably be out. Bubble Goose Ballers. I got to shout out to Carl Jones because my man was creating them. Boondocks designs. I'm a big fan of Boondocks. But just continue to look at, we'll go through some of the pictures that they have. I don't fully like the artwork. The designs of the artwork is good. I guess the characters themselves, I'm not the biggest fan of for a PFP. I know some people do it, and this is no hate or shade. I love what all they're doing. And I think they're genuinely organic too. Will they sell out? Absolutely. Will they end up having a decent floor price? Absolutely. Do I like Carl Jones? Absolutely. So there's no hate or shade. I guess just the artwork is a little different for me. I do like everything that they're doing. Another one that people are saying that it's going to take up a lot of the market share is Hello Panther. So Hello Panther is another one that's going to be, oh, they minted. Oh, they cut the supply. You see, there you go. Why the hell you cut the supply? So we just found this out in real time. They cut the supply because the shit was botted. If it was not botted, you would not have to cut the supply. So just pay attention to that. When we go forward, look at if they're cutting the supply. Also, don't mint any of this shit in the beginning. Watch to see how, if you have a whitelist spot and they're guaranteeing it, just wait to the end. Watch to see everybody minting. Don't be the first one to mint because you're going to look stupid if it doesn't end up going your way. But so matter of fact, since they minted, we're about to go back to Magic Eden and forget all this because I want to see exactly what their price is. But yeah, so that was Hello Panther. Another one, Midnight Panther is something that I just got involved with too. But Hello Panther, if this is less than 3, what I gotta tell you, all of it's doing the same. It's just during the hype trend. Some of these don't even look good. What the hell is this shit? What is it? This is not good, but people are gonna mint it. They have 847 listed, and you have 3,333 supposedly in total, but here it shows like 2535. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just the one telling you what I see. It's all a part of the hype. Some are gonna hit, some are gonna flop. Don't be the first one to end up doing it. One that I did mint and I didn't do great on because I fell a little bit for the hype was this one. Galactic Goons, I thought they would do well. They didn't do well at all. That price just dropped. It was at 1.5. They had to cut the supply because not everybody was taking part in it. They gave the mentors, like I got two. I minted two and I got two. So I was able to sell. I basically made the amount back of one of them I minted. So I still was out like maybe one soul or something like that. It was meh. It wasn't anything good or bad. Like I'm fine with that. Last thing we'll end up doing is we'll just check the launch pad just to see what else is out there. So yeah, Wobblebug's gonna be coming out, upcoming. You have Weird Pals. I will be also minting Kaizoku Mechanics. That comes out in a day. Moral Kids is another one that is coming out. And again, a lot of these I'll end up doing a video on, just end up touching more on it. Namitsu AI is one that if you are a part of DeGods or if you have any dust, you are able to try to take part in the raffle. Dino Dogs is another one. I do have a whitelist spot for Dino Dogs, so I'm looking forward to that one. I really do like the artwork. Dino Dogs I did have on the spaces as well, but we'll see what happens with Dino Dogs or 3D aspect ones. And yeah, I think that's basically it for this over here. Last thing we'll end up doing just to talk to you guys about it is what's been happening in sports. So there hasn't been really much in terms of the NFL. It's the off season right now. DK Metcalf is not at mini camp. We have Cooper Kupp that did get a 3-year extension. So 3-year, $80 million, well-deserved, 100% deserved. So that's something. I was talking a little bit to Steven just about what happened with Mr. Johnson himself, Dustin Johnson. He is going to now just take part in the LIV Golf Series. And you're starting to see other golfers are doing similar things. So we'll see how that impacts it or what ends up happening going forward with everything. But then, of course, you have in the NBA, you have the Celtics Warriors that are playing tonight as this recording. So Wednesday, June 8th. It's the Celtics and Warriors. And while it's going on right now, the score is 30-20 Boston. Of course, that is going to change as we just continue going forward. But that's the only thing in the NBA, just that game. NFL, it's off season. Next week, we'll touch more on it. And then we'll start to have other things that are going out there. Baker Mayfield is excused. Of course, you all knew that. Deshaun Watson, my man got 24 now, 24 cases. And they were saying that he had at least 66 massages. That dog, I don't know what you was doing. You need that many? I wasn't even going to need that many. Like, goddamn. But, hey, let people do what they want to do. Just going into baseball really quick. So I got a shout out to the New York Mets. They have the best record in the NL. You know who you are with me shouting out the New York Mets on that one. I don't really understand the Nationals and the Orioles. They both just chilling at the bottom, but got to shout out to them damn Yankees. Them New York Yankees. First place, 40-15 record. They finally got the team together. I do like that the pieces that they do have, what the Yankees are doing. I want to see if they continue this going forward. Their pitching seems to be doing well. Aaron Judge is balling. Aaron Judge has found his stride. Anthony Rizzo is good. And that's something else you can say about the Yankees. They always end up like getting players that might be a little bit past their prime or might be out of their prime. And like Anthony Rizzo was one of those. I remember him from before. But yeah, Anthony Rizzo, he's kind of like in the unique space. Whereas I'm trying to figure out why I know Anthony Rizzo as well, because he did. Yeah, he was on the Cubs. So Anthony Rizzo played for the Cubs for a long time. And that's where I remember him from, because he did good for years. But he's been in the league 11 years. That's a while for him to be in baseball or anywhere. But yeah, so you have Giancarlo Stanton, who I feel has been around for so long. You have Garrett Cole, who's a stud. We all know that. DJ LeMahieu, that's another one. LeMahieu, sorry, my bad about that. But all I'm going to say is Yankees are in first place. That's about it over there. Again, next week we'll end up talking more on what's been happening with our rankings. We'll get into that. We did the running backs last week. I'll talk with Steven. We'll either touch on the quarterbacks, the wide receivers, then we'll go into the tight ends, and then we'll go into the kickers. Kickers are people too. So we'll touch on that. Again, anyone that's going to be at NFT NYC, I'll catch y'all out there. We appreciate you as always for just always supporting us on the channel. I got to shout out to Terrence for the Perspective Eye. Dope shirt. If you want any of his clothing, he's always making it. I'm about to probably get another one sometime this week. I just saw him over the weekend and I told him I was about to cop another one. So if you want or you like this, make sure to go pick one up as well. But that's basically it. I'll leave you guys with this one. Would you prefer? Would you prefer to have a job that you love and you get paid minimum wage for, or would you want a job that you absolutely hate or don't like and you get paid really good money? So I'll leave you guys with that one. Again, as always, we appreciate you. Thank you for always tuning in and listening to us every single week. Spaces next week. We got Anybody's and we have JetGetters Club. NFT NYC coming up. Got a shout out to all Etheliorian, Kriegel, Crypto Chick, the whole squad that's out there. Selby, y'all are all great in the Luxo world. But Hayes, AO Shifty, AO Chef Chris, what up? We out.